Hey guys, this is Fang/VA here coming at you with a new video. And in today's video, well, it's going to be a Halloween special. So you guys are getting a second Halloween special because technically the Sonic.EXE and Grim Ruby one kinda, I guess you can say, was a bit of an appetizer. That one was kind of long overdue because I've always had plans on doing something with Mizu as her Grim Ruby. And so, yeah, and in today's video is actually going to be a theory. And this theory is going to be very similar to a certain big YouTuber's theories. And he has a catchphrase that might start with, hey, it's just a theory. And it might end with a game theory. I'm pretty sure you all know who I'm talking about here. So, but anyways, you guys, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell button, and let's get started here. Now, disclaimer. Theories are not just MatPat's thing. There's tons of theory videos on YouTube that's not uploaded by him. Is he the biggest one out there? Of course. This is, I guess, in a sense, this is me tipping my hat to him for pretty much inspiring me to start doing these Sonic theory videos of my own. Even though sometimes I don't always theories. But, that's just what it is. It's just a theory, it's not fact. So, the theory I'm doing today is that pretty much we all know who Sonic.EXE is, right? The evil version of Sonic that has probably given you guys nightmares when you guys first saw him, or like you guys first saw, the fan game that someone made of him in it. Well, I'm sure that a lot of you know who Sonic.EXE, but I'm sure that a lot of you are probably always wondering, what is he? Is he a shifting monster that became Sonic? Is he a parasite that took over Sonic? Well, I do have a bit of knowledge of the subject that we're going to be talking about today, thanks to my interest in demonology and also the fact that I watch tons of, exorcism type horror movies. So I think I can offer some evidence on the table, and you guys can, adjust it however you guys want. Because I know that's, I know that I don't know how you guys are going to react to this video. I don't know if there's going to be pushback. I don't know if this is going to be controversial. Because I know that my one theory video I did well, actually, I guess you can say it wasn't really a theory video. It was more of a discussion. But I guess some people could call it a theory video of pretty much brought my own information to debunked the whole theory that Silver is somehow related to both Shadow and Amy. Which Shadow Amy shippers has definitely pushed back a little bit, but that's fine. I'm not upset with them. At the end of the day, shipping is just subjective. But there is some evidence in there that people shouldn't ignore either. And that's how I think people should take this video as well, is that I am off fact. And I'm also theorizing on things that may be true, maybe not. So, with that said, I'm sure, just in case people don't know, and I'm not expecting people to watch these type of movies, but you all of The Exorcist or the Conjuring movies or the Annabelle movies or the Insidious movies, right? You all know what those movies are about. If you have watched any of those, kudos to you. To everyone else that hasn't, those movies features pretty much humans versus demonic forces. And in some ways, the Sonic.EXE universe is pretty much that. It's a video game parody version of that. Now, when Sonic.EXE came out, I believe it first came out during the rise of indie, during the whole rise of indie horror games. So I'm sure that my editor will put something down below when like the first game came out and all that. And basically at this time, you know, video game quote-unquote creepypastas were a big deal. You know, Ben Drowned. Those one Pokemon ones. You know, Sonic.EXE. And probably the oldest one that has ever existed is actually the one Tails doll. Which is just a play on thing of the old Bloody Mary, you know, prank that people used to do, you know, just to be jerks, to where, you know, you go into the bathroom, you shut off the lights, you say a certain name 3 times, and then something's supposed to happen and it doesn't, and then your friends laugh at you. Or B, you get to the second time you say the name, and then you get too scared, and then you just walk out of there and your friends laugh, right? So naturally, you all know about all that, I'm sure. But now it's time for the juicy stuff. In my opinion, from doing my own research on Sonic.exe and also watching a lot of gameplay videos, is that I believe Sonic.exe is the real Sonic, because not only does the games show this, the fact that the fact that you can actually save Sonic from his .exe side, but this also backs up my theory as well. Now, I believe the thing that has taken over Sonic is some sort of evil spirit. What type of evil spirit? A demonic spirit. And there's a lot of evidence to this. In those movies, and also in real life cases, demons have used their host that they possessed to appeal normal to everyone else, even though, you know, probably to everyone else, they're acting super weird. And that's what happens in Sonic.exe, is that Tails is super happy to see him, and then Tails realizes that something is wrong with Sonic. Sonic, you know, doesn't look right. He doesn't sound right, you know? And what happens is Tails realizes this thing isn't Sonic. Tails starts running off, and we all know what happens. You know, if you can get away from .exe, well, Tails survives. If he doesn't, well, you all know. What also gives it away is that when .exe morphs Green Hill Zone, it becomes a red aesthetic, right? Red is often a color that symbolizes with hell, which is where demons come from. Not only that, but the entity also kinda well, you all know what he does to the creatures around Green Hill Zone. To say a parasite took over Sonic, I think, is ignoring those crucial elements. The fact that he's able to, almost trick Tails into thinking that he's Sonic. The fact that, the color of Green Hill Zone changes to red. And also the fact that he has supernatural ability. He's able to move fast in the air. And that is something that you see a lot in these horror movies of these demonic forces able to levitate in the air and possibly move around. Not only that, but Sonic's gloves, especially the fingertips parts, now resembles claws. Another aspect of demons. Demons are often portrayed as having wings, claws, and fangs, and horns. The other evidence is that, well, Sonic.EXE has tears, but they're blood tears. That, to me, I almost take that as Sonic was fighting against this entity, which happens. Which this does happen with real cases, and in these movies, people try to fight against this force and they lose. I think those tears are Sonic's, but they're corrupted. They're red. They're not typical tears. Why is that? Well, I'm not going to say how people in movies and TV shows and even in real life have some of these believe in them, but the big key, but I will say that the big hint is that there's clearly, now at the same time though too, those blood tears could simply be remnants of the fun time he had, before Tails found him. So there's two possibilities there. The other biggest giveaway is that Sonic.EXE can also alter the screen to make it staticky. And also, another big thing with demonic forces is that, well, oftentimes they mock faith. You see that a lot in movies. And also, too, there's been cases in real life, even in movies, of 3 knocks, which is to basically be mocking of the Trinity. And also, with him saying that, I am God, that's him basically mocking you, the player, into him basically saying, I am invincible. You cannot stop me. I am so powerful that not even what you believe in, faith-wise, can stop me. oftentimes in movies, the demonic forces often get arrogant, they think they've won, and then they slip up. And that's what happened to Sonic.EXE at the end of the Sonic gets freed from his control. Now, just in case there are theories that .exe could be a freaking alien parasite, I don't believe that's the case because we have good examples of that. Halo and Dead Space, anyone? Parasites alters a person's appearance into something grotesque. They are also way more violent. They have no. Most of the time, they're not really that intelligent unless they have someone controlling them, as kind of like in Halo with the whole Gravemind and Proto Gravemind. With Sonic.exe, he's very intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to manipulate the host they took over enough to where he can appear normal to everyone else, except for the fact that, for people that know Sonic very well, they can't be easily fooled, which is what happens throughout his story, as you all know. And not to mention, too, a parasitic life form can't make someone lift up in the air and fly. No. We have enough proof of that in game series. And also in frickin' Alien, which is where Halo and Dead Space got their inspiration for their parasite and their alien creatures from. So this means that this entity has been added. He's ancient. Now, obviously, you all know with the .exe universe, there's other versions of .exe. You have Sonic.I, but I'm talking about the original one that started it all. Now, a perfect example of this is that Sonic.exe acts very similarly to Fleet Race Supersonic. And Fleet Race Supersonic has a very demonic appearance. He has sharp fangs. He's able to shoot lasers out of his eyes. He enjoys tormenting people. Sonic.exe is very similar to that. And that's another theory that could be made here. Is .exe the entity, or could be the evil side of Fleet Race Supersonic after he got his memory wiped? I'm sure that there might be some evidence to that, but I'm not going to get into that theory right now. I would have to read the Fleet Race comics again. Am I missing anything else here? I don't think I am. So let me all know what you think about this theory video, and I hope you all have a safe and happy Halloween. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one, which Wednesday, well, tomorrow, it's going to be November 1st. It's time for the busy season to begin. So, time to get to work. Anyways, you guys, take care.